welcome back to my channel. Today's video is gonna be a fun one and I'm so excited to do this. I think Sarah Caroli did this one time, probably others have done it too, but today I'm going to be putting TikTok recommendations to the test in real time. So every time that I'm done with a book, I will come on here, scroll with you on my For You page and read the first book that pops up on my TikTok that recommends me a book or like talks about a book. If there's like multiple in them, I'll do the first one that I see that I haven't read yet. But if it's recommending me the second or third or fourth book in a series, then I will just do the first one in that series, I guess. That's the plan for today. But before we get started, I'm so thankful for Ana Luisa for partnering with me in this video. I love Ana Luisa jewelry. I think I bought these pieces. I bought the Ina necklace in silver, and then this is the Mish necklace. I don't think they sell it on their site anymore, but this is also in silver. And I have this silver like bangle bracelet. So I love these pieces. I shower with my jewelry on. I think it shows the high qualityness of the pieces because they don't tarnish. And I got sent the like pearl earrings, and then I got sent another pair that I will show you in this video. Ana Luisa's pieces are hyperallergenic and really comfortable to wear. They also are ethically handcrafted. There is a 2-year warranty on all their pieces, and they're all tarnish free. The pearl earrings I have are called the Frida Pearl Huggy Hoops, and the Sun and Moon piece I have are called the Celeste Moon Huggy Hoops. But I love my Ana Luisa jewelry. Ana Luisa's carbon neutral. They also offer free shipping all over the US. I just love their pieces so much. I love my jewelry, and I've decided to like step out. When I was younger, I used to be a gold girl. Then I turned into silver. Now I'm back on my gold phase. I kind of like the mixed metal aesthetic, I guess. So I love these. I love the jewelry. It's so high quality and so nice. Being affordable too. So you don't have to break the bank to buy any of these pieces and like elevate outfits, because I wear pretty basic clothing. The fact that jewelry can like elevate outfits and make you look more put together is something I really love. And I love Ana Luisa pieces. They're so high quality. You can just shower and like sleep with these on and it doesn't tarnish. It doesn't turn green. And that is something I used to hate about jewelry. And so that's why I stopped wearing it for a while. But I love my Ana Luisa pieces. This is like one of the only brands that I love. I like truly love their pieces from. And their jewelry comes in like these pouches that I love to use when I'm traveling. And so I travel back and forth from home a lot of the time, and I bring my jewelry. So I love these little bags that I can put them in. I know they'll be safe and they won't be tangled up and stuff like that. Thank you so much for Ana Luisa for partnering in this video. I have a link in my description that can get you 30% off of your Ana Luisa order. I hope you guys check out the link in my description. You get 30% off of these already affordable pieces and we can match. Thank you to Ana Luisa for partnering with me in this video. I'm so excited to be working with them. And yeah, on to the books that we're going to be reading. I'm going to screen record and I'm going to be scrolling on TikTok with you in this video. And the first book that I see, I'm reading it. Okay, so the first book that I have to be reading, I know loosely the plot of this book, which is Larry. She's talking about Zodiac Academy. So I guess we're reading Zodiac Academy. I don't know how long these books are. Actually kind of scared. Zodiac Academy. I don't know. Oh my god. I was always under the impression that I was just never gonna read this book, but now I really have to. So thank you for that, Larry. First book is Zodiac Academy, and I'll come back to you with my next book after I finish this. That's the first book that my TikTok feed is making me read. Let's get started, I guess. Hi guys, I just finished Zodiac Academy, The Awakening, which is the first book. I think there's like 12 and maybe some novellas. I don't know. It's a big series that I will not be continuing. I'm giving it 1 star. I just don't care. Yeah, I just didn't like it. I didn't care for it. I wrote a whole like notes app note about why I don't care. Here are my thoughts on the Zodiac Academy. The Zodiac Academy, like first books, we meet our 2 characters, Tori and Darcy. They're both twins living in the mortal world, so like our world. Someone comes along and is like, you are Fae. Like you have to go to this Zodiac Academy. Basically free for you to go because you guys are royalty. When you graduate the Zodiac Academy, you can ascend to the throne. The politics of the Zodiac Academy are that Tori and Darcy's parents died because of their death and because the girls were dead as well. High official families became like the leaders of it, and there was 4 different families. And so those 4 different families have 4 sons. They're called the heirs, and those are like main antagonists in the story because they don't want Tori and Darcy to like be in the Zodiac Academy because they think that they're gonna steal their throne. And like kind of the society is like a little bit divided because apparently Darcy and Tori's parents weren't that good at ruling or something like that. That's basically the story. Now we go into my Zodiac Academy thoughts that I just don't care about. Okay, one thing I don't like at all is that the magic system is never specified. I don't know how their magic works, which is something that I think is so very important because like me, Tori and they don't know how their magic works. And so all I'm reading is that they like put their hand out and like the magic that they automatically need just comes out. I just want to know the thoughts and feelings about like how to summon a specific magic element. Because there's fire, air, water, and earth. So I want to know like the difference between them. Because like in the book, it's just like they put out their hand, fire came out, and then they put out their hand, water came out. Like I don't understand what this is going for. And I feel like since Tori and Darcy don't know as well, I feel like it's a really good time to like kind of like set up the world building of this world instead of just saying there's magic. You know what I mean? The second gripe is the writing is objectively not good. It's also a bit rambly, but like I can't really hark on that because I'm not a writer. I don't think what I could write is better than this, but you know what I mean? Like I noticed that the authors put in like witty lines, I would say witty lines that I just find cringe, that I'm just like, I didn't need that to like make the characters have a personality. So for example, there was a full-on paragraph, which is basically like half a page for my Kindle, about the clothes that Tori has. And then to tie it all together, the reason they talked about the different clothes and how like Tori didn't like them was because they wanted to talk about the color of underwear that she has. And I was like, was that necessary? Like I didn't need that. I want to know more about the magic. I don't care about Tori and her fashion crisis right now. I don't care. I'm gonna read you some like bad quotes as well. Wind chimes were calling to me, ting, ting, ting-a-linging. And then it's just like stuff that's unimportant that just like are used as transitional pieces because they don't know how to end a scene without transitioning it to like go out the door and stuff like that. So I tugged on my Converse at 6:45 and I slung my satchel over my shoulder. Did I need that? No. Did I care about it? No. Also, next thing about it, I don't care about the bully trope. I don't understand. I think my reasoning is that Tori and Darcy, they're royalty, yes, but royalty hasn't been a thing for like 18 years after they've been like missing and gone. So it's not been a thing for 18 years. Other people are ruling the kingdom. These heirs have basically grown up in this society and they like, of course they would know like how to like run the country if their parents are dead. So like that's what they're built for. Even though Darcy and Tori just came to be, it would take 4 years to graduate the university. And then they would have to learn how to become rulers. I feel like the heirs are just like so like unimportant in the way that they like they are worried about these 2 girls, even though they're really powerful, but they don't have the ability to rule a country. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was just never that, like it just never was that sound in my head to be the reason why they want to bully so badly. The next problem I have with the book is that I just didn't care. I don't care about Tori, I don't care about Darcy, I don't care about Darius, I don't even know the other guys' names. I don't care about Professor Orion, I don't care. I don't care what happens to them. I don't care that one of them is scared of drowning. Like I do not care. I don't care if they become the rulers, if they become the queens. I don't care what happens to anybody in this story. And so I was just reading it to complete it. In regards to the book, there's no like plot structure, and I read the author's note, they were just like, we didn't want to adhere to rules. Okay, there's no plot structure. So there's no conflict basically, except for these girls are getting bullied. They literally just want money. They don't even want to become the queens, and they always say that all the time. One thing I do like about the book is I love a school setting. I don't know if it's because I'm in university now, or like I just love that like school setting. It gives me so much nostalgia. I think my favorite part of the book was like them being in like a school setting. That's it. That's all I have to say. That's the only good thing I had to say about the book. That's it. Don't care, didn't want to care, didn't like it. There we go. Now it's time to pick out my next book. I'm gonna be scrolling through, and the first book that I talked about, I'm gonna read.
I would like to bow down and kiss Tahara Mafi's feet for not just choosing to write a spin-off series of the Shatter Me series.
I've read the Shatter Me series.
I'm just here to return this. a natural hair color. Hey.
Guys, I can't find a book that someone's talking about and recommending.
What can I do for you?
I need to.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, this is Robin Hobb's series. I don't know what it's. Okay, I guess that's what we're reading. Robin Hobb. This is the Farseer series. The first book is Assassin's Apprentice. I've wanted to read this for so long. I know Robin Hobb's like she's crazy in fantasy, so let's I hope it doesn't take too long. We're reading The Assassin's Apprentice. 1996. I'm scared to get into this like world. I'm actually kind of terrified. Hi guys. Oh my god, my hair looks a mess. She looks a mess. She has a bow in it. Updates for Robin Hobb's Assassin's Apprentice. I am 30% through the book. There's, I think, 400 pages, so watch some TikToks about it. When I first started reading it last night, apparently I look like Blake Lively when her hair's a mess. A lot of people were really bored throughout the whole entire book. I will say there's no action. I heard someone say it. This is the prologue to a fantasy saga. The Farseer whole like series. The book I'm reading is the first one of the Farseer trilogy. I know that there's like a lot of books. Oh, this is Realm of the Elderling, apparently. I got this recommendation from Peruse Project, and those are all the Robin Hobb books, so I don't know if they like connect to each other at all, but the series I'm reading is a trilogy. Basically, we follow our main character, Fitz. We basically follow him. We're just following his life. And basically, Fitz is a boy that is the king's son who's a bastard child. And so we just follow him and he becomes what we know as the Assassin's Apprentice. So that's all I know so far. Fitz, I feel like people say that we really get attached to Fitz because we see him grow up. When we first get to know him, he's 6 years old. So we're following this little boy from 6 years old to like whatever time is in the end of the first book. That's all I can tell you, that Fitz is a fine boy. He's a fine little boy. Since the chapters are so long and since we're like spending so much time with like Fitz growing up, I feel like I am getting a lot closer to him than like I feel more towards him than I did when he was like just getting found out by the king and everything like that. So I feel like it's working about making me empathize with Fitz. I heard this one's like a really long prologue, and so I'm going in with that mindset. Like I'm trying to like get the world. We're just in a kingdom, I guess. That's all I really know. There's no like craziness happening. There's like politics, but like other like areas surrounding the kingdom. They're like having some conflict and stuff like that, but it's basically very surface level so far. So I'm not having a bad time. I like the writing. I don't know, it's very old fantasy writing. I would assume this is like kind of like what I would feel like if I was reading The Hobbit. Like I don't know how to feel. It does feel different from like a Brandon Sanderson like Mistborn first book, because there's more like action in that one, I guess, but this one's fine. I'm liking it, I guess. Those are all my thoughts. I'm on chapter 8, which is like roughly 30% through the book. I want to finish it today. Is that gonna happen? Probably not. So latest I will like to finish this is tomorrow, which is Sunday. I'm gonna get back to reading. I just finished Assassin's Apprentice literally like less than a minute ago, but I'm gonna figure out my last and final book for this video. I'll give you my thoughts on Assassin's Apprentice later on. I'm still marinating on them, but right now it's not looking so hot. I was just so bored throughout the whole book basically, and I was just like, when is this gonna end? Really contemplated DNFing the book like 4 times last night. I'm gonna screen record and find out my last book for this video.
So I put seen the girl.
6 of Crows have read it.
It's bedtime. Wanna answer? I didn't.
Oh my god, I literally just want to find a book. I've read that. Carvel. Secret Shanghai. Okay, we'll do Secret Shanghai. We'll finish These Violent Delights, that one. I read the first one. I have the first one. I read this one for reading BookTok's like OG BookTok books. Second one, I can read that. I know these characters. I wasn't really connected to them. I think I gave this like a 3 stars. It was whatever. I want to see more of Roma because he was my favorite character. So, and I know that one's gonna be so quick and easy, and I know it's gonna like have a plot. So there's that. I'm back. I've formulated my thoughts for Assassin's Apprentice, and by formulating my thoughts, haven't really, I've just settled on a rating. I don't know, I was kind of blindsided by like everyone's admiration for Robin Hobb and like how like epic it is to have like this epic fantasy that is so highly regarded made by a woman. But I was bored every page basically. I really didn't care, and I only really cared about Fitz. I only cared about Fitz and like I would say 1 to 2 people around him that I've seen since he was a boy. I didn't really care about the political aspects of the book. Like honestly, I thought like the assassin-ness, I thought there would be a lot more action in those sequences. But it really is just Fitz being like, killed that guy, like that's it. Or like double crossing like other political figures, and it just didn't appeal to me at all. I don't even know if I'm gonna continue on with the series. Like I feel like it's mainly in the writing. I can appreciate the genius that all her book series lead to, and I can recognize that. I don't have to care for it, you know what I mean? Robin Hobb rambled on too long. She gave me every minute detail that I could ever need, and I feel like she does a good job at world building you and like immersing you into this whole like fantasy world fully. You're not thinking about anything else. I was just basically thinking about how bored I am seeing like Fitz do something mundane. I don't know, it just wasn't really my cup of tea. But her writing was good. Like she had like, there was like some good like one-liners and like things that like made you feel so much for Fitz, but other than that, really didn't care. I'm giving it 1.5 stars. 2 stars is too generous. I'm terrified because I know people love this series. I just didn't care. I just didn't care, and I can't lie to you. I just didn't care at all. I can't even like relay to you what the book was about. That's how bored I was. I'm so sorry, Robin Hobb. Maybe maybe it was in the mood I was in. Actually, I don't think that. Like, honestly, I think if I read this as an audiobook and I was listening to this book, I think I would enjoy it a lot more. Because I was reading every single word, I was just like, this is not for me. This is not for me at all. I need something. Like, I always say that I don't really care for cozy fantasies because I need something to happen. This had nothing happening. This is basically like I just watched 10 minutes of somebody walking in the woods. Like, it was like that. It felt like that. I have to speak my truth. I have to speak my truth. I hated this book. So we're gonna read Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong. This is the second in the duology with These Violent Delights. This follows Roma and Juliet. They're in 2 rival gangs in Shanghai, China in the 1920s. So we're back. We're back to my other fantasy roots that I love, YA fantasy. I'm hoping to be a lot more wowed in this one. The main plot about These Violent Delights, I enjoyed it. I thought it was like fun to figure out the mystery. I just didn't really care about the characters. Like, I just didn't really like Juliet's character. I feel like I really didn't know her at all, and that was the main POV that we're in. I liked Roma's character a lot more, and I hated the usage of long chapters of side characters. Those side characters, like, they were necessary to find out like some information regarding like the rest of the plot that we're trying to figure out, but I felt like they could have like shortened those descriptions of what they're like finding out and just tell Roma or Juliet like up front, because then that's all I really cared about. I just really cared about progressing the plot forward. Yeah, so we're gonna read that. It's around 500 pages. It's pretty long, which is something I didn't expect, but maybe since it's a YA book, I can go through it faster than I did with Robin Hobb's actual like turtle pace writing for me. These Violent Ends is what we're reading. Hi guys, it's the next day. I'm giving my update for how far I'm into the next book. 42% through the book right now, basically roughly 50%. I'm not gonna make excuses, but I feel like peak of like navigating what the new semester is like, so I'm just like juggling that workload. That's not an excuse, but that's what's happening. I'm trying to read as much as I can, and that is mostly probably at night, where I can just like hunker down. Like I I think I started it last night and then woke up. First thing I did this morning was read. I don't know, I feel like I'm liking it. Maybe it's because I was reading some like not my favorite books ever, so I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm finally reading a book that I enjoy and I think is interesting, so like that. Our Violent Ends directly follows what happens in These Violent Delights. There was a plot point where it's like pretty major. I cared about it when I read it, but like I just kind of forgot that happened. So when it mentioned that, I was like, why did that actually happen? I don't understand. Like, I don't remember the cause. I read this 5 months ago. I should not, like, my memory's so bad, but I should not remember this, but I don't remember it. It follows the after effects of this. The main like antagonist in this story is like this thing called the madness, and it drives people mad. It's affecting Shanghai, China, and so that is in turn affecting the two lead gangs called the Scarlets and the White Lotus, I think. The same situation has evolved to like a more drastic scale, I would say. We're following Romeo and Juliet again and their rivalry gangs and stuff like that, and so it's basically that. I feel like the gang aspect of this book is a lot more trivial than like I would say like Jade City and Jade War and the Greenbone Saga, but like who am I to be like, you know what I mean? I'm liking it so far. I really like the writing. I think the plot aspect, I like the plot. The second book, I'm enjoying like the POVs of the side characters. I feel like the side characters have like, in the second one, I feel like they're interwoven more like methodically, I would say. And so like I don't get as annoyed because I feel like my gripe was the side characters learned something and then that directly was like, oh, this is happening, like Romeo and Juliet and finding this out right now. And so I just didn't like that part, but I feel like I like don't see that as much as in the second book. I like how it's fast-paced because I was a little bored with Robin Hobb's book. The fast-paced nature of this book compared to that book, it is a little jarring to be like, oh, this is already happening. Like we're already at this next scene. We're already at the next part. Nothing to write home about right now. I don't really care about all the characters too much, and maybe that's because there was such like a great like leap in between me reading the first book and the second book, so I didn't really care about the characters of the duology. But like, I don't know. I like Juliet a lot more now. I don't know what I truly just don't remember why I didn't like her so much in the first book, but there was probably a reason. There is like still the angst bit of between Romeo and Juliet, so I'm like, I love that part. So those are my thoughts so far. I'm basically halfway through the book. We'll see how it ends and how this like Romeo and Juliet story ends. I truly don't know what's gonna happen because like I know there's other books in this universe. I'm hoping that the one like problem is like solved, I guess. I'm about to go keep doing some work and then I'm gonna probably read. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just stressed. All you have to know is that I finished Our Violent Ends last night. And I don't know why I wasn't expecting it to end the way it did, but I wasn't expecting it to end the way it did. I don't know why. Like, I can't really say too much because I'm scared that of a spoiler. Because what I'm trying to say is a spoiler. It really is a spoiler. All you have to know is that I finished it. I liked the second half a lot more than I liked the first half, and I liked the first book. I don't know why. Yeah, I finished half of it last night. It flew by really quickly. Yeah, I'm gonna give a more formal recap on all the books I read and Our Violent Ends and what I thought, like how everything progressed. Oh my god, I'm matching all maroon. Like my lips are always this color because I like reddish pink tones on me better than just plain pink or a nude. I hate nude. I can't do nude. I think it's because my lips are already so pale that it just doesn't look right, and then my nails are maroon, and then I'm wearing a maroon shirt. Like, whoa, whoa. So yeah. Hi guys! I formulated my thoughts on all the books that we read in this video, where my TikTok feed chose all of my books that I read this week. The first book that I got recommended to me on my TikTok feed was Zodiac Academy. I gave this one 1 star, like officially. Like I said in the beginning of like my whole review, I just didn't care about the characters. I thought the writing was pretty bad. I would say I just wanted to know more about the fantastical aspect of the book, and rather just like matter of factly, oh yeah, these are werewolves, these are vampires, they're sucking your blood because they need the power and they need to get power from you. I want to know how that power worked, and how each like element came out as power. I just never really understood that one. The bully romance, it was a little too much for me. I didn't really care about either Darcy or Tori. I also hate the name Tori Vega. It reminds me of Victoria, so I don't want to rereading about a girl named Tori Vega. I just feel like all the characters felt so flat and one-dimensional. I also felt like the reasoning that the heirs of the school didn't want Tori and Darcy to be there, I felt like that was pretty on the nose. I feel like they don't know how to run this country. They don't know anything about this country. Why are they just be able to like walk in and like get the title? But also they did take it too far, because they were like, Darcy and Tori were like, we don't want to be queens, and they were like, still, I'm gonna bully you. But like, okay. The next book I read was Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I'm giving it a 1.5 stars. I do think I see the potential, and this book is like basically the longest prologue you've ever read about in your life. No, I don't know what the second book covers. Maybe I'll read it one day. I do want to get into Robin Hobb's like work. I don't know. I feel like it'd be fun to like see all the universes she's made, and I know there's like a bunch of them. I don't know. Her work is just so popular, and it's for a reason. She's a good writer. I just felt like it was boring, and she rambled so much. Like everything was about nothing. Like everything she wrote was about nothing in the book. Like there was no action in the book. Maybe that's what she was going for. Maybe all the other books are like that. Maybe that's just the way she writes, and I don't know if that's for me. But I just did not care about anything, and I felt like I was trudging through a 400-page book. The 400 pages is not a lot in the grand scheme of things, and I felt like it took years off my life. So I'm giving it 1.5 to be like nice, because I did feel connection to the main character. That's basically it, and I think that's what we're supposed to get from. I also didn't really care about the political like aspects of like the society and like everything like that, because I don't know anybody like outside of the realm of Fitz and him being a bastard child. I only know really virtually the people around him. I feel like I was going in for like something like epic. Then I just came out with like 2 long descriptions, and I saw a Goodreads review, and it was like, Robin Hobb's brain is probably massive. Like her brain and the way she can like make a fantasy world is very good. Like her world building was good because that's all we focused on. Okay, Assassin's Apprentice was basically how the world interacts with our main character. It was never our character interacting with the world. And so that's why like everything, like Fitz just had to do something, and then all of a sudden like this like conspired around Fitz, and I was just like, okay, you don't get like outside like other perspectives because it is just Fitz. So there's that. Yeah, 1.5 stars. Next and the last book I read was Our Violent Ends by Chloe Yong. This is the second book in the duology of These Violent Delights. This is a Romeo and Juliet retelling in Shanghai, China in like the 1920s. I said the White Lotus in one clip. It's the White Flower gang, which is Roma's gang, and he's like Russian, I think. Then we have Juliet's side, and she's from China. And so Juliet's side is the Scarlets. The White Flowers and the Scarlets, they're opposing gangs. They have a blood rivalry. They have a feud, like a family feud. The first book, we basically follow like Roma and Juliet trying to figure out what this illness is and how it's spreading and everything like that, and how though that illness is killing their people. So they like kind of team up for that. We follow that plot line a little bit more in the second book because it like ramps up a little bit, but then I feel like most of the second book, I don't know, like I didn't expect it to go in the direction it did, and it follows something greater than both the two gangs, and it follows like like nationalism, communism in Shanghai, China. And so like that was like something I just wasn't expecting it to follow. I feel like the 50% mark from in the second book, it felt like totally different. Like yeah, there was still like kind of like an underlying, like we're like figuring out this like the illness and like the monster and stuff like that, and so and like trying to find the bad guy, but then it evolves into like all encompassing like all the working class people, everyone other than just the gangs. And so that part I really enjoyed, and I feel like Chloe Yong kind of like rushed the, I would say, monster bit to get to that bit, and I felt like it was just like, it was a transition, but I don't know if it was as seamless as I could think it would be, because I wasn't expecting the second half of it at all. But I would say I did enjoy the second half of it more than I enjoyed the first half, because I feel like the first half was just basically like we're re-going through what happened in the first book, but like at a greater scale. The second half, I feel like you could you get to connect to the characters a lot more, and I feel like, oh my god, there are some great quotes. Let me read you one. I will fight this war to love you, Juliet Kai. I will fight this feud to have you, because it was this feud that gave you to me. Twisted as it is, and now I would take you away from it. Like, I love Roma. I love Roma, and I love their dynamic between Roma and Juliet, and I feel like they really do bring out like the best parts of them, as twisted as it is, because they do really only care about each other. I think this is a great Romeo and Juliet retelling, and I don't know. For a rating, let me drink. For a rating, I would give it a 3.75. I just didn't care too much about like the first half of it. After the first book, I didn't really care too much about like them as characters. I feel like I grew to enjoy them a little bit more, but I feel like I would have like really enjoyed them if like I read these back to back. Totally my fault. I just like the second half was better in my opinion, and there's that. I do enjoy both the main characters. We kind of started out with this, me really not liking Juliet. She had such a great development throughout the book. There's that. Thank you again to Ana Luisa for partnering with me in this video. I love them so much. All the pieces are great. I have a link in my description to Ana Luisa's site, and with my link, you can get 30% off your purchase of already affordable, great quality jewelry, and so it's gonna be even more affordable if you use the link. So yeah, thank you again to Ana Luisa. I love all of my Ana Luisa pieces, and I'm so thankful for them. So that was the video. We put to the test if my TikTok feed can recommend me good books. I don't know. I just like, I feel like I'm really picky this month specifically. I don't know why. Those are the books we read. That's all I gotta say. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. Comment down below anything. I don't care. Comment down anything. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in my next video. Pyramid Wall is coming back. Watch out for the August wrap up. I was pretty inconsistent, but it's coming back. I love the Pyramid Wall. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!